Hey guys, welcome back or welcome to Beyond the Limit, my journey to hopefully Cocodona 2027. Either way, whether you're coming back or first time viewer, thank you so much. And I would love it if just right now, just take a second, go like the channel, like this video. That helps me so much. And ultimately, I'm not doing this for views. I'm doing it just to kind of chronicle this journey that I'm trying to take to Cocodona in 2027. So this is as I'm recording this is the Saturday before the start of Cocodona. So pretty excited about that. Can't wait to start tracking everybody and following along with their journeys. So I figured it was time for a quick update. So how about a training update and then some updates on what's next for me. So training wise, this weekend, training's been going pretty good. Haven't done a whole lot of hard stuff since the Paris Marathon. Just my kind of like my weekly drills and runs that Coach Twiggs has on my schedule. Today was kind of supposed to be a bigger day. This is Saturday. I think I mentioned that earlier, but if I didn't, it's Saturday, and I'm supposed to be doing three 6-mile runs separated by 2 to 4 hours. So building some fatigue on the legs, running on tired legs without putting quite as many miles on it to get that same fatigue. And then tomorrow I have 3,000 steps on the Stairmaster. So supposed to be a pretty good weekend, supposed to be a pretty busy weekend running wise, but I ran into a little trouble this morning. I got up here to Palo Pinto Mountain State Park here in Strawn, Texas, and all the trails are closed. So my plans for the entire day being up here have just kind of gone up in smoke. So figured I'd make a little video, update everybody on what's been going on while I pivot and figure out what I'm going to do today. So I don't know. I need to try and find a park ranger and see if they're going to be closed all day, because I'd really like to get some trail miles in. But I don't know. I may switch my 2 days. Maybe I'll go to the gym and do my 3,000 steps on the Stairmaster today. And if the trails are going to be open tomorrow, come back up here in the morning and hit the trails. So I don't know. We'll see. Gonna pivot. But anyway, one of the reasons that I wanted to get my miles on on trail today, as opposed to just doing my usual road miles, is that I have something that's coming up next week that I haven't said much about. I haven't announced it on here at all. So just to back up a little bit, let's talk a little bit about Cocodona. And like I said, my plan is 2027 to hopefully be out there on that starting line on that Monday morning at 7 a.m. Pacific, hitting the trails for 250 some miles. Previously, I think this year's the 5th running of Cocodona. I believe so. I could have that wrong, but I believe it's the 5th running, somewhere 5, 6, somewhere around there. Year they've done it. Every year it's gotten more and more and more popular. Last year, at the end of May, when they opened up registration for this year, for 2026, a lot of people logged on. From what I hear, I did not log on, so I don't know. This is what I've heard, is that the Ultra Sign Up website crashed. The whole thing sold out in 15 minutes or less. So it was kind of crazy. So I was expecting some changes for either this year, for the registration for this year, or registration for next year, going into 27 or 28. So that did happen. It was announced maybe a month ago, probably about a month ago, maybe 5 weeks, something like that, that the Cocodona 2027 registration would now be a lottery. I was a little bummed about that. I wasn't surprised. I was hoping they would hold off one more year. Thanks to my Run Disney experience, I'm pretty good at hard to get into races. So I had plans, I was ready to go, but they made it a lottery. So time to pivot. What do you need to do to get into the lottery? Well, first of all, you just apply. So that gives you one name in the hat. And then I was reading the information. Of course, I did a deep dive as soon as they released the information. Okay, what does this mean? What can I do to improve my odds? If there's anything I can do to improve my odds. They had volunteering But to get your name in the hat an additional time, the volunteer hours were pretty extensive. And while I am off next week for Cocodona, I wasn't planning on being out there that long to be able to get enough hours to get my name in the hat again. So I don't mind volunteering. I love volunteering. I'm going to be volunteering for Hard Rock. I'm volunteering for a High Hope Endurance Run coming up later this month. So I love to volunteer, but I wanted to, if I was going to be out there, I also wanted to take in the experience at the finish line, see the finishers and that sort of thing, as opposed to spending all my time volunteering this year. And like I said, the number of hours that you needed to get your name into the hat an additional time were pretty high hours. So one of the other ways to get your name in the hat was to run the race. Either run Cocodona or one of the other races that they run that week. So this year there's the Cocodona 250, Mingus Traverse, which is 80-ish miles. They got the Bradshaw Brute, which is new this year, which is 100 miles. And they have the Sedona 125, which is obviously 125 miles. And then they also have the Flagstaff Crest 40, which is actually 39.1-ish miles. So anyway, I had previously talked to Coach Twiggs about possibly doing the 80-miler before, and he thought coming off my 100-mile and then Paris, that would just be too soon. And then also trying to recover prior to Hard Rock. So when the announcement came out about the lottery, I looked at the races that were available, already discussed the 80-mile, that wasn't going to happen, but that 40-mile, maybe that's an opportunity for me. Looked at my training schedule, and so for this current weekend, the weekend that we're on now, I was supposed to have 3 days of runs. So, and the total mileage for those days was 45 miles. I can't remember exactly what the breakdown was, but it was 45 miles total over those 3 days. And then for next weekend, it was the 3 6-mile runs that I'm doing today. So immediately I got on my phone, texted Coach and said, hey, what do you think about this lottery? I have this opportunity. And he said, I think it's a great idea. It's perfect. So signed up for the 40-miler Flagstaff Crest. And Friday morning, come 7 a.m. Pacific time, I think it's 7. Yeah, 7 a.m. Pacific time. And I think I mentioned that Cocodona was at 7 a.m. Pacific time. That was wrong. It's actually 5 a.m. Pacific time. So 7 a.m. Friday morning, I will be on the line doing the Flagstaff Crest 40-miler. And so looking forward to that. And I have absolutely no time goals for that race whatsoever. This is a complete catered training run. I have some things in mind that I want to do during that 40 miles to help me get ready for High Lonesome. So those are my goals. There is no time goal other than the finish. Overall finish time for that, I have 27 hours to do 40 miles. It's 3,800 feet of elevation gain, I believe, something like that. So I should not have any problems whatsoever finishing it in that 27 hours. The cutoffs for the first 3 aid stations are a little tougher than that overall 27 hours. It's right around a 30-minute mile for those first 3 aid stations. It shouldn't be an issue at all. So my goals for that race are to test everything that I plan on using for High Lonesome. So shoes, socks, anti-chafe cream, my Ultra Spire hydration vest, my nutrition, just everything I plan on using during that time, I'm going to have with me, most of it, during that 40 miles and testing it. So that's goal number 1, test everything that I plan on using, my clothes that I plan on using. My second goal is I'm not very comfortable navigating by GPX file, especially at night in the mountains. I've spent tons of time, if you know anything about me, you know I've done a lot of hunting, backpacking, camping, that sort of thing. So I've spent a lot of time in remote wildernesses, but I've always had someone else with me that I'm for the most part. At least in recent years, had somebody else with me that was more familiar with the area, and I didn't have to depend on myself not to get lost. So plan for this Flagstaff is I want to push the time so that I make sure that I'm out there at night, at least for a few hours, utilizing GPX file on my Garmin and my phone. So both of those things, and just trying to figure that out, make sure that I know what I'm doing, using it in a real world experience before I'm actually out there in Colorado at High Lonesome, trying to figure it out in the middle of the night. So those are my plans. I'm going to head out Wednesday morning, plan on getting out there sometime Wednesday evening. Kind of weird to think about that. Okay, so these people are doing an ultra marathon. They're starting Monday morning at 5 a.m. I'm going to be on the live stream Monday and Tuesday following them along. Wednesday, I'm going to be listening to them on the live stream while I'm driving out there. And I'll be out there. I might get out there before the first finishers finish. Don't know if I'll make it in time for that, but certainly there's going to be lots of people finishing after I get out there. So I'll be out there Wednesday watching people finish what they started on Monday. So kind of crazy to think about that. Going to hang around in Flagstaff on Thursday. I have packet pickup, but I want to spend some time at the finish line just cheering people on, getting a lay of the land and that sort of thing. And then Friday morning, I'm going to be up and running bright and early. So getting those 40 miles in. So that's what's going on right now. I wish I had some good training video to add into this. If I get some runs in sometime later today, I'll try and get some videos and dub those into this as well to make this a little more exciting rather than just my talking head up here. But anyway, so that's what's going on. Training is going good. I'm feeling good, feeling healthy. I'm ready for the 40 miles. Have some nerves, but that's normal. And hopefully it's going to be a good experience and get me ready for High Lonesome coming up in just a couple of months, which is kind of scary as well. So that's about it. Again, so thank you for tuning in. Whether you're new, you just found me, or you've watched all these episodes, thank you so much. I can't tell you how much I appreciate it. I'd love for you to share this. Please follow my page. Just do it right now if you haven't already done it. Be a subscriber. And if you have any questions, any comments, suggestions about any of this craziness, please just put it in the comments. I promise I will respond to you. I'm just an old dude, non-athletic, out there trying to do some crazy things that most people don't think I can do. And honestly, most of my life I've thought I couldn't do myself. So, but I'm out there proving myself wrong when I'm enjoying every minute of it, through the struggles, through the accomplishments, and through the fun. So again, thank you so much. And I'll see you soon, I hope. Bye-bye. All right, well, I am back with you. I just ran into a park ranger and chatted with him. Sorry about the shadows. It is bright and sunny out here today. There is not a cloud in the sky, which means it's going to get a little warm. But anyway, ran into a park ranger, or actually I ran down a park ranger right after I made that last video. I saw him drive by, so I went and chased him down, and he's out checking trails, and he said sometime this morning they anticipate the trails will be open back up. So I am going to go grab some breakfast and then head back up this way and get my runs in. So a little bit later than I anticipated, but that's okay. I'd rather go ahead and get them done today. And sometimes we have to pivot, and that's just it's just a typical life lesson, right? Things don't always go as planned, and when they don't go as planned, you deal with it and pivot on. So I am going to pivot after I have a nice breakfast. I think I'm going to go have some pancakes possibly, and come back up here after I'm going to do my carb loading and get my runs done. So looking forward to it. I will bring you guys along. And again, thanks so much. I got out on the trails, and I've only been out here a few times, but I'm really starting to enjoy these trails out here. So it's not nearly as rocky and rooty as Dino Valley. There's a little bit of elevation change, so that's nice as well. But yeah, they did a good job with the trails out here. So just getting started. 6 miles to go on this one, or 5.5-ish, and then 2 more 6-mile runs later on today. So happy to be out here running. So glad I stuck with it. All right, till later. So we got the first 6 miles done. I'm working on the second 6, just started. Let's see, oh, sorry about the camera there. Started about a half mile ago. Definitely gotten warm out here, but it's gonna be about the same temp for highs on Friday in Flagstaff, so you gotta get used to it, I guess. So I say it's gotten warm. It's warm for me. It's upper 70s, so warm enough. Anyway, that's it for now. Enjoy the views of Palo Pinto Mountain State Park. All right, well, I got 6 mile number 2 completed. So got a couple of hours before I head back out again. I think I'm gonna make a little video of what I was trying out today. So see how that works out. So I'm gonna go see if I can find a quiet space over here and have a seat for a little bit and drink some water. Okay, so just go over some things I wanted to try today to see how well they worked. And for the most part, everything worked good. But I guess I'll start with clothing. I'm wearing this, it's a sun hoodie. It's made by QU. I don't remember the exact model it is. I don't remember the model name at all, but it's a hooded sun hoodie. So I wore that today. Worked well. I actually wore this at Blackbeard's. This is my Blackbeard's one. Got a different one that I'm going to be wearing for Flagstaff, but wanted to just throw this on today, give it one more test run to make sure it worked okay. It worked fine. I got these new hats. I got a couple of them. It is a flip belt cooling hat, and it actually worked pretty good. It's not an ice cap, so it doesn't have the pockets in it to put ice in it or anything, but as far as cooling, worked great. Yeah, it evaporated quickly, hasn't stayed wet, just pulls the sweat right off, evaporates, off we go. What else? Shoes. So the shoes that I'm planning on wearing are these right here. And these are the Ultra Experience Wild 3 Plus. Great shoes, but I wanted to put a few more miles on them today, make sure that they were comfortable, and that's what I was going to use for Flagstaff and probably High Lonesome. And they work great, so I plan on using those if all things go well. I did not have gaiters with me today. Probably could have used gaiters. I will definitely have gaiters with me in Flagstaff. Socks. I have these Features socks that I'm wearing. I am not 100% sold on them yet. I don't know. I'll probably go back to my old faithful Roque socks that I love. But the problem with those is those are getting pretty old. The ones I have are probably 3 years old. They've got a lot of miles on them. They're still in decent condition, but I need to start finding something else because they are I can't remember where they're made, Scandinavia country somewhere. But they are no longer shipping to the United States because of the tariffs. So I cannot get those socks currently. So I'm trying to find something else. So I went with these Features. It's a blister protecting type sock. Not thrilled with them. So haven't decided what I'm going to do yet next Friday, but I'll probably go back to my old standby. So, but anyway, I wanted to give them a shot, see how they worked. Next up, my vest. This is an Ultra Spire Zygos 6 vest. I used it for Blackbeard's. It worked great. Didn't have any problems with it, so I knew that was going to be my vest going into the rest of the races that I have this year. But I had not tried it with the Solomon quiver for my poles, and worked okay. I need to figure out another way to secure this. Probably loop it. Sorry for the camera angle there. I'll probably loop it through here and maybe put it at a slight angle or something. I'm not sure yet. It worked fine. I could get the poles in and out. Didn't have any problems with those, but it just bounced around a lot. So I'd like to find some way to secure it a little better. And that's pretty much it for things I wanted to really test out. Everything else I've already got figured out and not having any problems with. Nutrition, I didn't plan very well for my food today, which is my own fault, but I'm not terribly worried about nutrition at all. I've got that pretty much figured out. Blackbeard's helped with that, so I'm good with that. The Zygos 6 vest has plenty of space in it. Oh, the one thing that I did want to figure out today was where to put this little camera and my little tripod so I could take that with me, because I'd like to carry it with me at Flagstaff and as well as High Lonesome. So I needed some place where I could put it where it would not take up a lot of space. And I ended up putting put the camera in one of these little zipper pockets, and there's plenty of room in there for the camera and some other gels and stuff, as well as, and then on the other side I would put the tripod. So plenty of room in there. That's kind of where I think they're going to go. That way they're nice and secure. Otherwise, everything else is figured out. So I'm going to rest for probably got about another hour and a half or so before I head back out there and get this last 6 miles done. Last 6-ish. It turns out my first run ended up being a little over 7. Runner's math, I didn't calculate that correctly. So I did this lake loop this trip, and that was just under 6 miles. I think just under 6 miles. And so I'll do the next one. I'll just do the same loop, just do it in reverse. And I'll be done. So I'll get some more footage while I'm out there for that, and see you guys shortly. Run number 3 has started. You may notice there's a little bit different scenery here. Yeah, so after I got finished making the video on what I was out there trying to accomplish today, testing equipment and stuff, I sit there for a few minutes and thought, boy, it's hot. Boy, I'm tired. I don't want to sit here for 2 hours, wait until it's time for me to start to do my 3rd run. So I made the decision to head on back home. It's about a 45-minute drive. So got home, rested a little bit, and now I'm back out here. I'm on the Bosque River Trail. So a place that I've run on many times, so a little easier on the legs. Yeah, so I decided to do my last run here, make it a little easier on my legs. They're kind of feeling the trail today, so I got a lot of stuff to do tomorrow and less than a week before Flagstaff. So that's where I'm at. What can I do? Continuing on, I'll get this run in and then get my stair climber in tomorrow. I'm on my last mile of the day. So not just last mile of this run, but the last mile of the day. And I keep hearing Coach Twig's voice in the back of my head saying, long runs, it's time on your feet, time on your feet. So my paces have been good this run. I've been happy with them. Started out a little slow and then picked it up, been doing good. So this last mile, I'm just gonna walk it in. Be happy to have this done. I will touch base with y'all tomorrow when I'm doing my steps, just to keep me accountable. So see you tomorrow. I do have a question for everybody that's out there. If you happen to see this and you happen to be listening, I have a drop bag. It's the first time I've ever used a drop bag. I'm going to be using a drop bag for the Flagstaff Crest 40. First time ever using a drop bag. I want to put some inspirational sayings on there, and I'm trying to get some other ideas. So I've got some ideas that I'm going to put on there, but I'd love to hear what you have to say about it. So give me some ideas of inspirational things to put on that drop bag, so that when I'm at mile, I think the drop bag is at 22 of the 40, I'll look at it, smile, and say, all right, I can do this. So help me out, guys. Thanks. all done with my 3,000 steps on the stair climber. So happy to have that done. Actually got 3,005. Took me just over an hour and a minute or so. So not too bad. Happy with it. Got it done. Glad this week of training's over with. Given how my legs are feeling right now, I think the rest of this week until Friday is going to be focusing on some recovery. So a little bit of active recovery and lots of use of the squeezy pants and just getting ready for Friday. Trying to hydrate. Felt good. I forgot to mention last Wednesday, as part of my training, I had my usual Wednesday drills that Coach Twiggs has me do. And then after that, I did an hour on the treadmill. And not just an hour on the treadmill, it was an hour on the treadmill at only 3 miles per hour, but then the steepest incline that I can maintain that 3 miles per hour. So that was pretty tough, but that was the first time I've done that particular workout. So got it done. It's been a tough week of training, but it's been a good week. Feel good for the most part about all of it. And so now getting my legs ready for Friday. So until I see you guys again, if I plan on dropping this on Monday, which is the first day of Cocodona. So if you're still watching this and it's the week that it drops, so the week of Cocodona, get off here and go start watching the live stream. That's much more exciting than listening to me. So that's what I'm going to be doing. I hope you'll be doing that too. They'll have a live stream probably all week. And I think they'll be continuing the live stream on through Friday when I start the Flagstaff Crest 40. So hop on the live stream. I start 7 a.m. on Friday, and that's Pacific time. So 9 o'clock Central, 10 o'clock Eastern time, I guess, if I'm doing that math right. So hop on there and I'll try and wave if I see a camera, and so let me know if you see me. Until then, like and subscribe this channel and this video. That helps me out, and I appreciate it so much. Questions, comments, anything like that, ask. I promise I'll respond. And I guess I will see you after Cocodona. So thanks for listening. I appreciate it. Later.